Louise, Dr. Height, Mary, thank you for what you do at SLA Beaver. And I don't even know how to ever thank you. To me, it's an honor to work with you throughout the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Learned a lot from you, and we've done some great things to support Dr. Height and others who are not funded correctly. Congratulations to our recipients, our students. This is one that makes me smile. I got up today, and aren't I lucky to be able to touch the students and all of us. These are the students that have given us everything that they have. We've asked them a lot of things, and they've done it. And so when you look at where we are in the Urban League, in the National Urban League, and 91 affiliates, and I want to thank Tiffany from Baltimore, who is the CEO of Baltimore, that's holding down my lovely city where I was born and raised. So thank you, Tiffany, for being here. We all believe that every child should be ready for life, for education, to take it to a higher level, and for a career. And that's what we do. That's what all 91 of us do. I had the pleasure, I guess it was about maybe 2 weeks ago, to be with Mark Morial. There were 4 affiliates selected, and the Urban League of Philadelphia was selected. It was 4 of us. It was Atlanta, I think Austin, Texas, and where is Ruben from? Is he from Michigan? I think he's from Michigan. So all 4 of us went there to help support Mark Morial when we introduced the 2022 State of Black America. And I can tell you, while I was there, the data and everything saddens me for Black and brown people in this country. Remember, it's a perspective that looks at all of the states, everybody in the United States of America. And so the name of the report this year is entitled Under Siege, the Plot to Destroy Democracy. We all saw on January 6th what happened. And I'm not one who is naive, but I have to tell you, I looked at it and I could not believe what I saw. I could not believe white supremacists, individuals, were climbing the Capitol. If somebody had said that to me, I would go, that's like a horrible story, a horrible movie, but I would not believe that you would see grown men attack our democracy in the United States. And I will tell you, what I see is voter suppression. Let me give you a couple of numbers. In 19 states, they have passed 34 voter suppression laws. In 18 states, they have carried over 152 restricted bills. So if you ask me where we are in the United States, there is an attack on Black and brown people to vote and for their voices to be heard in the United States. It is the #1 area right now that the National Urban League and all 91 affiliates are around. Our direct services are critical, but if people continue to do what they're doing, and we see all of the data from that, a lot of research from that, I am frightened by our opportunity to vote in the United States. It is scary. It is absolutely scary, and I would ask all of you to get involved in whatever way that you can. Let me also say this. It has been an honor and pleasure to work with some of the people in this room on voting. And so when I look at the Committee of 70, they do amazing work. I look at the school district. Dr. Height has allowed us to come into the high schools to educate the students, and it is truly making a difference. They understand the importance of their voice being heard, and they know that they can exercise that by voting. A couple of other groups, it's been a pleasure to work with the Black clergy. They have done remarkable work with us in getting out the vote. And then, of course, I would have to always say that it's been a pleasure to work with the National Urban League in their campaign, Reclaim Your Vote. So in the Urban League, we're doing 4 things to do that. Number 1 is education, like what we're doing with Dr. Height, but we're doing that out in the community. The other area is registering. You have to register in order to vote. The third area is mobilization. We have to get people to the polls. And the fourth area is protecting our vote. The Urban League has worked tirelessly to make this happen, and there's a lot of legislators who have helped us. Remember, we're nonpartisan. What I want is for people's voices to be heard. Who you decide to vote for the people who have your values, and vote for the people that can absolutely get done what you want done. We don't tell you who to vote for, but we tell you to make sure you do your homework, and we help you with that homework so you know where our legislators stand. And I think Derek Green is here, who's also worked with us closely. Is Derek Green here? Who's worked with us very closely in getting out the vote. I want to move to another area, and I'm going to ask the folks that are at the entrepreneurship table to please stand up under the tutelage of Keith Ellison. Can you guys stand up in the back? I have to tell you something about these individuals. So PepsiCo worked with the National Urban League, and we started a program called the Black Restaurant Accelerator program. And this was an opportunity, and many of them that are at that table are restaurant owners and caterers, the great majority. We have them in every industry you can think of. But I wanted to acknowledge, and Victoria, that's there from Victoria Kitchen. Can you raise your hand, Victoria? We launched it at her restaurant from a national and local perspective. I will tell you, I was biased. I wanted a woman, because usually when we think of restaurant owners, they're primarily male, white male, then black males. And so I wanted to make sure on this one that we celebrated and launched the program with Victoria up in the Alney area. So a lot of the individuals that are at the table, you guys can sit down, that are at that table receive grants and also received resources to help them to grow their business. And it has been extremely helpful. Let me just give you another data point. In the United States of America during the pandemic, and this is a real number, 44% of black-owned businesses shuttered compared to 17% of white-owned businesses. I don't have to tell any of the banks here and other people how difficult it is to be a black business owner. It is difficult, and they need all the help. So we spend a lot of time helping our people in the community fill out the forms and become and get money through the PPP program, as well as to help them with technical skills and also with grants. And I'm really proud, Keith Ellison, of the work that you continually do. You are amazing, and I thank you for that. Thank you. So you had an opportunity to see Dennis, the one over there. Raise your hand, Dennis. We have 2 people that are directors for the reentry program. Let me pause here and say a couple of things. First of all, and Keith, you don't ever like to get the kudos, but when you were at Airmark, you were the one that got Airmark to give $1 million for a 3-year program, and our results are phenomenal. The city of Philadelphia, to the Airmark people here, just recognized us for having one of the best prevention programs and a second chance program. So I want to thank Dennis and Sean for all the hard work that you do. It's not a 9-to-5 job. This is one, if somebody calls you 2 o'clock in the morning, you get up and you go. Somebody calls you any day on a Saturday or Sunday, this is not 9 to 5. You stay out in the community and you do what's right. By the way, just a tidbit, and I don't think either one of them would have a fit. Javon graduated from our program, the photographer here. We also make sure that we hire and honor people who are there. I don't know if Tim Breen is in here. Tim Breen, are you here? He is also a graduate, and I have to say thank you to Sue Ann Eckel, who's on our board from Geico. She was able to figure out all the players, and Tim Breen got a brand new car. So now he has the freedom to get to work, to go to the store, to do things that everybody else in here is able to do. It has changed his life, and he's an amazing person. He went and got the certification to drive the big trucks and also forklifts. I'm so proud of him. There are only 2 of the many individuals who have graduated from the program. 0 recidivism. 0 recidivism. So, let me give you another piece that I'm so proud of. I wish Senator Casey was here, and I wish Congressman Boyle was here, because, and I'll try to thank them without crying, but as you know, we haven't had earmarks in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania for over 10 years. I applied, Tiffany, you were there when Mark applauded 12 of us who received earmarks of the 91. I applied to Senator Casey to beg him, to ask him to help me with the #1 issue with reentry. Andrew, you know, you're shaking your head, and Stephen and Julie. The #1 issue for every reentry program is housing. And I can't tell you how difficult. Last week, Dennis brought an individual to me, young man, has a wife and 3 kids, and he said, Andrea, they're getting ready to live on the street. They don't have family who can take them. We had to rush very quickly to be able to find accommodations for them. Senator Casey listened, and he awarded us $950,000 to do housing for reentry. I am so grateful to Senator Casey. In addition to that, Abraham was up here, and he told you the importance of housing. First-time home buying is the #1 area for Black folks, how you build wealth. That's how you build it, by purchasing a home for the first time. Congressman Boyle gave us this money is coming. It's not here yet, but it's coming. Congressman Boyle gave us $350,000 that Abraham will be using in the Northeast for first-time home buying. So I want to thank Congressman Boyle. I'm going to look at Stephen or AJ or whatever. Can I announce or don't announce? Don't? I can announce? You sure? Okay, I gave you an opportunity. I want to tell you, I am ecstatic. If I could do one of those flips right now, I would do it. I really would. Stephanie, I don't know how to do it, but I know you can. But if I knew how to do it, I would flip. We just were awarded $7.5 million from Wells Fargo to do first-time home buying. And that is with a coalition of others, with Congreso. I have an opportunity. I love Carolina, Hasse, Maria, Kensington, and UAC. So the Urban League of Philadelphia will take the lead. I have assured, that's right, Abraham, come in here and listen, because this is about you. I have assured Wells Fargo we will not meet the numbers, we will exceed the numbers, because we want more money. So that's why we're going to exceed the numbers. I can tell you that we're exceeding. So if they say, oh, we got to give you more money because you've added more Black and brown people in purchasing a home than ever. So we thank that, right, Abraham? Yeah, okay. All right, okay. And also, I want to thank Abraham and his team, and this is sad. There were 70,000 individuals in Philadelphia that raised their hand that said they were getting evicted. That's not all of them, 70,000. And so Abraham and the other housing agencies, and by the way, I know it's not nice to brag, but we were #1, ask the city. Don't ask me, Terry, go ask the city. We got that down to 20,000. We worked with the landlord and we worked with the tenant. And although we are not lawyers, we are HUD certified counselors, we did those agreements like we were lawyers. So I want to thank Abraham and his entire team for working tirelessly in order to make that happen. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Then I want to mention something that Tamia mentioned, and I have to remain professional, but I am so angry right now. Derek, I am so angry right now with Harrisburg. And by the way, Tamia, the number per Senator Hughes, and I think he knows appropriations, we have $12 billion in surplus. We've gone from 9 to 12 billion, and they refuse to use that money to help Dr. Height and other superintendents, and they think that they're just hurting black and brown people. You're hurting people in rural America. So you're hurting people that look just like you. It's unacceptable, and I'll tell you what it is. It's not racism, it's systemic racism, because for decades we've had the problem with funding. Dr. Height does not get the funding that his other counterparts get, and it's unacceptable, Dr. Height. And we have fought tirelessly. We are up in Harrisburg on those stairs. We have done so many press conferences and so many calls, and so we are not giving up. There's shameful behavior, and I'm embarrassed. I am totally embarrassed with how we're treating our students. It's just absolutely not fair. A couple things. What I want you to know is that the Urban League, the entire Urban League movement, we fight, and we use that word purposely, we fight every day, and we will continue to fight every day for those who are underserved, those who are marginalized, and those that don't have a voice. It is our pleasure, it is our honor to do this work. We thank God that He has allowed us, all of the affiliates, to be able to do this magnificent work, and we will continue. We will work 24/7, whatever it is that we have to do, and so it's our honor. I want to thank a couple of people, because you couldn't do this without it. I want to thank the board of directors. I tried to thank them about a year ago, and I couldn't because I was getting ready to cry, and I'm a bad girl. I wasn't gonna let them see me cry. So I said, where were we? What were we doing next? Let's move on, Keith, wherever we were. But I have a board that, and have I not said this, Tiffany? I've said this to all 91 affiliates. I love my board. I am blessed. I love my board chair, and I thank God for them. Could not do it. Those scholarships you saw, a lot of them come from the board. A lot of them come from the board. They are so gracious, they're so giving, they give their time, they allow me to do my job. They support me, they allow me to do my job. So to the board, to Keith, and to the board, thank you so much for what you do. Thank you. And one other thing, I would be remiss, I want you to look over there. Can you all raise your hand? That is my magnificent staff. None of this would be possible without them. I love you, and you work so hard. Thank you for putting the city of Philadelphia. Thank you for helping individuals. Thank you for putting yourself second and making our clients first. Thank you for all that you've done, especially during the pandemic. Cannot thank you enough. Kathy, a big thank you to you and to Yvonne for pulling this together. Couldn't do it without you. You are amazing. I am going to do an announcement. She'll probably be angry with me, but stay tuned. Kathy is retiring the end of June. She thinks she is. You know what, Harold Epps. You know what, Harold Epps. So we will talk about that later. She has been a wonderful force. And then I want to thank also all of the folks here at the Marriott who served us. These are the individuals who cook and serve us. And I want to thank the two affiliate groups, Next and the Guild. Thank you so much.